Why are electrical permits required?
Well, of course, electrical wiring is one of the leading causes of fires, especially in homes. So that's one of the most important things we do, is making sure electrical wiring in your home is safe. So we do require permits for almost anything that's done electrical. One of the few exceptions, of course, is it's easier to say what doesn't require a permit, because really about the only thing that doesn't require a permit according to the code is very minor alterations and maintenance. For instance, if a homeowner can switch his own light fixture, if he's just doing a single light fixture or switch on the wall, he does not have to pull a permit for that. But however, if he's going to come in and switch out several fixtures, then that becomes a little bit more than minor, so we require a permit.
What kinds of projects require electrical permits?
And electrical permits, and again, I'm focusing more on residential. Commercial is kind of the same way. If it's very minor repair or maintenance, then we don't require a permit. But for the most part, pretty much any changes to the electrical system, including wiring, fixtures, any of that does require a permit.
What's involved with obtaining an electrical permit?
Getting an electrical permit, typically if it's new construction, then first of all there has to be a building permit, and licensed trade permits are tied to that building permit. The reason we do that is because electrical in particular, that's our #1 tool for making sure that permits get closed out. A lot of times the way we're set up, we don't know when work is ready for us to go look at it. We rely on the contractor or the homeowner to call us and say, okay, this stage of the work is ready, come inspect it. A lot of times once the power's turned on, contractors forget about us and we don't hear from them again. They finish the work, move in, and it's not until 6 months later when the permit expires that we realize that we have to go out there and look at it. And by then they're fully functioning and it's tough to get things done. So the electrical permit is the tool that we use. We don't get the power turned on until we're sure that the other trades are done before we'll issue a certificate of occupancy. So we tie the electrical permit to the building permit. Now, if it's a case where there's only electrical work being done, then that's a fairly simple process. The electrician just can do that over the phone even. I think every electrician in town, or most electricians in town, have an AR account with us, so they can charge that over the phone. If it's a homeowner doing a one-time deal, then they typically will have to come in so they can pay for the permit, but it's still a very simple process.
How much does an electrical permit cost?
Permits generally there's a $25 base fee for the permit, and then on top of that we charge depending on the kind of work that's being done. If they're increasing their service size, then the size of the service will add a particular dollar fee. If they're adding so many fixtures, then the fee is based on whatever is being done.
Must electrical work be performed by a licensed electrician?
The state of Texas requires a licensed electrician to do any electrical work. We've had cases where people call us and they're just on a commercial job where they're just switching out a plug. Well, that still requires a licensed electrician. The exception, of course, is that the state of Texas does allow a homeowner to do their own electrical work if they have to do 3 things. They have to own the home, they have to be living in the home, and they have to be homesteaded through the tax office. If they're doing 2 out of 3, that's not enough. They have to do all 3, because a lot of people, will own rent houses and they come in and say, well, I own the home, but you're not living there, so that doesn't count. So homeowners are exempt from that if they meet those requirements.
Is an inspection required if the work is done by the homeowner?
Homeowners, even though they're allowed to do their own work under those circumstances, they still have to come in and pull a permit. And anything that's a permit is pulled on requires an inspection. Of course, that's what the fee for the permit is supposed to cover, is the cost of our guys going out and doing inspections, plus our work done here in the office. But all electrical work must pass inspection. The homeowner, we make it clear to them, it's on the form, that they agree that they are aware of codes and requirements, and they agree to follow those codes and requirements. So just like a licensed electrician, they have to follow the same standards. And that's one of our biggest problems is our electrical inspector will go out to homeowners who sometimes don't know what they're doing, and he'll fail it several times, and he'll recommend, we still can't require it at that point, but he'll recommend you really should get a licensed electrician. Because we can't do the work for them, but all we can do is show up and say that does not meet code or it does meet code. If you have questions, again, my advice is to call us and ask us. We'll do what we can to help you. If you can't find our number, or another option is to contact the Public Information Facebook page, the City of San Angelo Facebook page. Post your question there and they'll get it to us and we'll do our best to answer it.